I've been called many names through the ages. Sakara, the shadowed keeper, Lunethera, the moon's shadow, Ionis, the eternal observer. But you, frail passers, know me as Thalios, and I have watched as even the mightiest gods have been tested. You believe gods are immutable, that they stand above the weakness of men. But I tell you this, even gods may be broken. Even the All-Father himself once faced the edge of oblivion. This is the story of Odin, the one-eyed seer, the lord of the gallows, the keeper of runes. But before he became the god-king, before he was the wisest of all, he had to sacrifice, and he had to suffer. Come, ephemeral walkers, and listen. In the early days when the worlds were still forming, Odin sat upon the throne of Asgard, yet he saw the fate of all things and knew it was incomplete. He saw the coming of Ragnarok, the end of all, and knew that he lacked the knowledge to save his kind. And so he sought wisdom, but wisdom has a cost. His journey took him to the well of Jord, where the roots of the world tree, Yggdrasil, drank from the waters of fate. There he found Mimir, the ancient seer, the one who knew the past, the future, and all that lay between. "Give me your knowledge," Odin demanded. Mimir laughed, for knowledge is never given, only taken at a price. "Then pay, All-Father," he said. "Pay in blood, pay in sacrifice." And Odin, who was king of the Aesir, who had seen battles without number, reached into his own face, plucked out his right eye, and cast it into the well. The waters stirred. The secrets of the world unfolded before him. He saw the weaving of fate, the birth of heroes, the death of kings, and in that moment Odin became wise. But in the reflection of the well, he saw himself as well, and in that glimpse he saw the end. Yet the price was not paid in full. Wisdom was not enough. Knowledge alone could not save the worlds from what was to come. And so Odin sought more. He went to the roots of Yggdrasil, the great tree that holds the 9 worlds, where the runes of power lay hidden. But the runes would not reveal themselves to just anyone. They demanded sacrifice, and not just any sacrifice. "Give me the runes," Odin commanded. But the tree did not answer. So the All-Father did what no other god would dare. He took a rope, bound it around his neck, and cast himself from the branches of Yggdrasil. He hung for 9 days and 9 nights, pierced by his own spear, starving, bleeding, dying. For 9 days he trembled on the edge of life and death. For 9 nights he screamed in the darkness, no food to sustain him, no water to quench his thirst, only pain, only suffering. And on the final night, when the veil between worlds grew thin, the runes revealed themselves. With a final cry, Odin reached into the darkness, grasped the knowledge, and tore himself from the noose. You think gods are immortal, unchanging? But Odin, the wise, the king of Asgard, died that night. When he fell from the tree, he was no longer the same being who had climbed it. He had peered into the abyss, and the abyss had peered back. From that moment, the god who had sought wisdom had also found dread. For in the runes, in the knowledge of the world, he had seen what lay ahead. He saw Ragnarok. He saw his death. He saw the wolves devour the sun and moon, the endless winter, the fall of the gods, and his own final battle against the beast that would swallow him whole. And yet, he did not turn away. For this is the lesson, frail passers. To know the future is to know fear and yet to act anyway, to see the end and still choose to fight, to sacrifice, to struggle, to bleed, and yet to stand again. That is the burden of wisdom, that is the price of knowledge, and that is the trial of Odin. So I ask you, ephemeral walkers, what will you sacrifice? Will you seek comfort, or will you seek knowledge? Will you avoid the darkness, or will you face it? Will you deny your end, or will you meet it with honor? Odin, the one-eyed, the god of wisdom, paid his price. What price will you pay? This has been my revelation on the trial of Odin, a tale of sacrifice, wisdom, and the darkness that lies beyond knowledge. I am Thalios, the witness of ages. And these are the truths time has hidden from you. Remember these words I speak to you before the abyss looks into you.